welcome to another air pumping video. My name's Paul, I'm from Pumping Ltd, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at the brand new ARO from Ingersoll, the PD01P. Also going to be giving it a quick comparison with the PD02P, see what the differences are between these two little pumps. The first thing to mention really is just the change in the two pumps. It's a nice little gift box from ARO. Not sure that that'll be coming in that. I think what you will be getting is this bit of hard cardboard, well packaged, nice and tough. Shouldn't be having any problems with transit with that. Open the pump up. As you can see, we've got the usual manuals, safety manuals. You've got your operator's manual. Gives you all the different information about the pump. Also, you've got your exploded diagrams, all different parts. If you need to specify one of these pumps, if you're unsure what pump to get or what materials they come in, if you just go to our website, and I'll put the download links in the description, you can download this manual and you can see exactly what pump comes in. You can specify the pump for your material. If you're unsure, obviously call up your local distributor. We've got lists and lists and lists. That worked well, didn't it? But lists of lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of different acids, chemicals, petrols, anything you can think that you might be pumping. We've probably got it on a chart so we can give you the best material which would be compatible for your fluid. Obviously, using the wrong material, you're going to give yourself excess wear and possibly diaphragm or elastomer failure. So let's have a quick look at the pump now. We also open up an old PD02P, have a quick look at that in side by side comparison. Then you actually get a good idea for what's changed in this pump. It's actually quite massive really, what they've done with the pump. Again, unboxing this one, usual manuals, couple of some little plugs to block the inlet outlet on one side, because this pump's got inlet outlet on both sides. Yeah, as you can see, two pumps look very different. I think the old one's a bit heavier, if I'm honest. Some differences, obviously flow rates. Let's start with the basics. Flow rates on the old PD02P, you're looking at 4.7 gallons per minute, roughly 17 litres per minute. Take a look at the new one, PD01P, you're looking at, what with this, we're on 20 litres per minute, which is 5.3 gallons per minute with this one. That's to rack my brains for a bit there. Solids passing on the new one. We can have 1/1/16 of an inch. That's 1/1/16. Said that a bit fast. That obviously allows for little particles to go through the ball check valves. On the old unit, no solids passing at all, because we've actually got disc check valves in here, which is one of the reasons why it's a bit of a difficult one to repair. Often people don't recommend repairing these old ones. They're nice and cheap. Just buy one, use it for what you need to do, and throw it away. With the newer one, you've got the bolted construction, stainless bolts all round. You've got fluid kits, air kits, got a nice little air valve here, exhaust here. So I can get a bit closer. I'm not sure if it's going to be in focus, but give a quick look at the little pump. Obviously a lot more robust. You're pretty much looking at a shrunk down version of 1 or 2 inch EXP, something along them lines, and a lot more reliable, and it's going to be a lot better pump for all sorts of different processes. I'll mention a bit more about that in a moment. I just want to show you again, I'm not sure if you can actually get the focus here, but the manifold has actually got a thread on the outside, and you've actually got an internal thread on the manifold. So I think that's a 1/2 inch and a 1/4 inch, a 1/2 inch outside external thread and a 1/4 inch internal. So that obviously allows for a lot more flexibility with connecting to your applications. What else have we got with this little pump? Air pressures. With this new air valve, you can actually do 125 psi. 1-to-1 ratio pumps. The old pump, if you put in 100 psi, you'll get 100 psi coming out of the outlet. With a new pump, you've got 125 psi possibility, so that's a 25% increase, which, you know, is quite substantial really. Could allow for a bit more of a viscous fluid, possibly a little bit more pressure if that's what you need. Because this pump has been redesigned with the new air valve, you've actually got a lot more applications for things like leak detection, stroke counting, so you could be using that for maybe batch processing, dosing perhaps, and you could actually count how much you actually put in with each stroke. You could count how much is coming out of the pump. You could connect it to a computer, so you could just press a button for a stroke, or calculate it to do X amount of stroke, give it X amount of air, or if you've got a leak, make alarm, audible alarm perhaps, or maybe just a shut-off system on the computer. Endless possibilities with the new air valve system. Ingersoll ran quote a 3% variance in the actual output of the pump, so that's obviously just amount of stroke, etc., how much actually comes out of the pump. Lots of different little repair kits, obviously I've covered that. Pump also available in ATEX certification, obviously allows for explosive or flammable situations. Increased lift with the new pump, 20% extra lift. With the old pump, they quote a 20-foot suction lift. I presume that's dry, or it doesn't actually say. With a new pump, 20% extra, so you're looking at 22 foot. Obviously that's a little bit more increased. Other accessories that are available for this, I've mentioned this comes with ball valves as opposed to the old disc check valves, which allows for the 1/16 solid passing. That also can be upgraded to what's called a flex check valve, which is basically a duckbill valve. It sits at a point, so when pressure is coming up into it, the valve opens, but when the vacuum is there, the valve closes shut. So that's good for maybe stringy fluids, fibrous fluids, anything with little bits in it which might possibly stop the ball from seating correctly or coming back down. Maybe the fluid's just too thick and the ball's not got enough weight to get back down for it. This gives it a little bit more vacuum pressure to keep the thing closed. Covered everything that I think I wanted to go through with this pump. Obviously orientation. One other thing, I hate to mention it, but compatibility to old models is not marvellous. I would have assumed that these two would be interchangeable, but they're quite clearly not. Ingersoll do quote with this pump that it is interchangeable with other various manufacturer models on the market. Again, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this with the foot, but there are various holes for mounting. I do believe that Ingersoll are selling plates as well, compatibility plates, so you'd 100% hope the compatibility plate fits with the old style unit, and also I think they're for rival units as well, other manufacturers, to ease compatibility. Obviously, if you're trying to win some new customers over and change them onto, you know, your Ingersoll pump. Does look like a very good pump, looks very reliable. I like the new air valve design, I like the more robust feel of it. I'm looking forward to actually seeing some of these in the field and actually testing some of them out, maybe using them on some of our bespoke variant units would be interesting, see how they run. I'm just going to give it a little bit of air so you can actually hear the pump running now. I've not done this myself yet either, so it'd be interesting to hear how noisy or not the pump is. So I'm just going to use an 8mm airline here. This fits straight on there. And then give her a little bit of air. Here we go. Quite a quiet little pump. Got a nice bit of suction there. One thing I'll always recommend, if you are using a diaphragm pump or ARO pump, never block the suction. if you're transferring some fluid and you want to stop the pump, never block the suction, because the pump won't actually stop. It will keep drawing a vacuum, and eventually it will draw so much vacuum that it will actually pull a hole through one of your diaphragms, and then obviously that's a costly repair. That could contaminate the fluid side, because it's gone through the diaphragm, which is the fluid side which comes in contact with your transfer. The fluid has come through the diaphragm and into the air valve, and then that can start rotting internally. So never block your suction. If you do need to block something, block your outlet. Once the pump is full of fluid, and it creates a vacuum with the fluid, if you can't pump the fluid, then it locks the pump itself. The pump can no more push the vacuum. So if you need to block anything, block the top. It's quite a little bit noisy as I haven't got a muffler on it, but I'd say it's quite quiet, to be honest, what it is. And that's about probably roughly what the old pump would be running at noise-wise. Turn that off and just quickly turn off the old compressor. So yeah, the pump quite quiet. Also, as I was just about to say, you can actually mount. Make sure it's off. You could mount a muffler on this side to quieten it down a little bit more. It has, by the looks of it, it's got a very small muffler in there. Doesn't sound like it does a lot. So you could obviously, as I say, put a muffler on there, put any accessories for solenoid control, etc. Leak detection. You could also just pipe that straight off to a vent, or just through some pipe work somewhere. So yeah, I think that covers the pump. You've seen it running. You've heard some of the benefits of it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to go to airpumping.co.uk. Give us an email, give us a call, contact us. We're always happy to hear from our customers and potential customers, of course. Yeah, I hope this has been informative for some people. Look forward to some more videos from us lot at Air Pumping. Thanks very much.